February 1986. The Philippines stood on the brink of change. The air was thick with tension, fear, but also hope. The people were tired of dictatorship, tired of fear, tired of silence. And so they rose. This is the story of 4 days that changed a nation. This is the story of the EDSA People Power Revolution. Day 1, February 22nd, 1986. It began with a whisper, an urgent call for change. At 6:45 p.m., Defense Minister Juan Ponce Enrile and AFP Vice Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Fidel Ramos, alongside the Reform the Armed Forces Movement, RAM, led by Colonel Gregorio Honasan, defected from the Marcos government. They barricaded themselves inside Camp Aguinaldo along Epifanio de los Santos Avenue, EDSA, and later moved to Camp Crame, just across the highway. They called for the people's support. They knew the risks. They knew this was either their salvation or their end. At 9 p.m., Archbishop Jaime Cardinal Sin made a historic radio appeal through Radio Veritas, urging Filipinos to support the rebels. This is Cardinal Sin speaking to the people. I beg you to go to Camp Crame to protect our friends. Let us show our solidarity and support. Would the people answer? And then they came. Not with guns, not with anger, but with flowers, prayers, and an unbreakable will. By dawn, thousands had gathered along EDSA, blocking tanks with nothing but their own bodies. At 3 a.m., Marcos ordered General Fabian Ver to prepare an assault on Camp Crame. By morning, armored personnel carriers, APCs, and tanks of the 1st Armored Brigade under Brigadier General Artemio Tadiar rolled down EDSA from the north, approaching from Balintawak. But the people held their ground, linking arms along Ortigas Avenue and Santolan Road. A moment of silence, a heartbeat, then a miracle. The soldiers refused to fire. Nuns knelt in front of the tanks, praying. The people embraced the soldiers. This was not a war. This was a revolution of love and unity. Day 3, February 24, 1986. Marcos tried to hold on. His voice echoed through television screens. I am still president. But the people had made their choice. Even his own military began to turn away. Defense Secretary Enrile and Ramos solidified their control of the armed forces. The Philippine Air Force's 15th Strike Wing, led by Colonel Antonio Sotelo, defected and flew their helicopters from Villamor Air Base to hover over Camp Crame in support of the rebels. At 6:30 p.m., Marcos declared a state of emergency, ordering forces loyal to him to attack Camp Crame. But General Ver's troops positioned along EDSA and Ortigas Avenue refused to advance. The tide had turned. As night fell, the tension grew. Would Marcos fight back? Would blood be shed? The nation held its breath. Day 4, February 25th, 1986. Morning came, and with it, hope. At 10:15 a.m., Corazon Cory Aquino took her oath as president at Club Filipino in Green Hills, San Juan, just a short distance from EDSA. Meanwhile, Marcos, still clinging to power, held his own inauguration at Malacañang Palace. Then, it happened. At 9 p.m., the United States arranged for the Marcos family's evacuation. 4 helicopters landed at Malacañang, ferrying the dictator and his family to Clark Air Base in Pampanga. From there, they were flown to Guam, then to Hawaii. The reign of fear was over. The people had won. For 4 days, the world watched in awe. A revolution without bloodshed, a victory won not by violence, but by unity. The Filipino people proved that true power does not belong to guns or greed, but to the hearts of those who dare to stand together. Today, EDSA remains a symbol, a reminder that no matter how dark the times, the light of the people will always shine through.